From the train tracks to the ice rink, and we got to rock out with Rob Zombie in episode 3 of Echo. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment for your review of season 1, episode 3, Echo, the TV series. First 2 episodes, not too bad. We move in now to episode 3, and let's get into it. Maya's previous actions in the first 2 episodes came back to bite her in the ass, pretty much. But before we can talk about what is happening in present time, once again, we start the episode with a flashback to the 1800s. We have a female character called Tuklo, which I believe the episode is named after. She's practicing shooting with her father, who is one of the light horsemen. She wants to be a light horseman as well, but her father forbids this due to her gender, I guess. And then later on, her father rides out to confront some local criminals, and he's getting shot at. Potentially, he's about to be killed, and then Tuklo arrives, and she manages to hear the attack, and she saves her father in time, saves him and his group, and manages to shoot down the criminals. So that's what happened in the flashback. These flashbacks are doing nothing for me. I actually don't even understand it. It's like a new set of characters. Every flashback we get a new set of characters from years ago, and I don't see what this adds to the story of today. And I get it. I think they're trying to show that there is power, a special power that is being handed down from generations before, and that is how Maya's got her special powers or whatnot. But for me, these flashbacks aren't very interesting, and this is a short series. Each episode is probably about 40 minutes once you take away the outro and then the intro. So you've maybe got 40 minutes, sometimes even less than that, sometimes 35 minutes, and a lot of the times they waste 5 minutes on the intro. So most episodes you've got half an hour of just current present day stuff, and I don't think the flashbacks really add enough to this show. In fact, I'll go as far as saying I don't think they're really adding anything to this show, so I would cut away with the flashbacks. I would get rid of them. I don't think they're making it better. I don't watch the flashbacks and think, wow, okay, that was great television, or that improved the plot, or that's helped the story, or that's made this episode, higher rating than it would have been. The flashbacks just do nothing for me. Literally, when the flashbacks come on, I'm kind of sitting there just thinking, I wish this would hurry up and end so we can actually get into the present day stuff. But let's talk about the present day stuff. So Scully is visited by Chula. He encourages her to reach out to Maya, but she doesn't want to. She says that he doesn't know Maya either. And she's basically, I think she's a bitch. I think she's straight up a bitch. She's just not likable. She doesn't have any sort of redeeming quality. Every time she is on the screen, she's just being nasty or ignorant or rude to somebody, no matter who it is. I don't like her, honestly. If she got killed in the next episode, then I honestly wouldn't care. Scully says that she and Maya are a lot alike and she should reach out to her, but she denies this, and I deny it too. I don't think anybody's like grandmother Chula. I think I don't like her, and maybe we're not supposed to like her, but she does come across as just this very unlikable character and adds nothing to the show for me, and I hope that they actually do not have her and Maya reunite and get along and get back together, because that would suck in my opinion. Ficky, who works at the ice rink, the bowling alley, it turns out that he has got an alliance with Fisk, and he tips off Maya's location, and at this point he abducts both Maya and Henry at Henry's bowling alley. Bonnie shows up to see if everything is okay, but she gets turned away after Henry gives her the okay. Henry says everything is fine, although he did do a little bit of sign language, so I don't know if he was calling out for help or not, but it doesn't really matter. She gets captured anyway. She gets thrown in a room, and Maya's there. Maya's in there like handcuffed or zip-tied or whatnot. So the two of them share a moment where they're trapped in this room. She wants to know why Maya never called, never answered her emails, but Maya says they just grew apart. But Bonnie doesn't believe that. She thinks it's due to the death of Maya's father, and she says that if Maya had a letter, then she would have been there for her. But we don't really have too much time here for these two to embrace, because like I said, they have been attacked, they have been held hostage by Ficky and his group. He's got like 2 women with him. One of them is kind of obese, and the other one they're just not very believable villains here. Maya then manages to get out of the zip ties. She cuts the zip ties. And then, like, what happened next? I thought, I liked the setting. I liked the scenario of the whole fight scene in the bowling alley, but a lot of this stuff was a little bit dumb. So Vicky walks in with the two women, his two goons, and Maya's standing there, and she's broken the zip ties, but they don't do anything. They don't even zip tie her back up because they can't shoot her because they need her alive for when Fisk gets here. So they just leave her locked in the room. They get into a little bit of a scuffle, but they actually cannot shoot her. They can't actually restrain her. So they just walk in, they see that she's like got out of her zip ties, and then they just close the door on her. It was very strange. Like, and they didn't want to risk getting close enough to her in case she managed to escape or, I don't know, turn the tables on them. Maya then punched Bonnie as well to try and make it look like they were arguing so she could attempt to, you know, break free and escape, but it didn't really work, and they just closed the door on her. They took Bonnie out, though. We see Henry as well. He's still, like, handcuffed or whatnot. He's zip-tied. He's not really doing much right now. Then we have Sane arrive. So Sane, I believe, is one of Fisk's top lieutenants. He comes in. He wants to know where Maya is, but Vicky is adamant that he needs to show the money first, but Sane doesn't really care about this, and after Vicky keeps asking for the money, Sane pretty much you feel like he's going to kill him here anyway and just look for Maya, but unfortunately, one of Vicky's bodyguards went into the room. I don't know why, but they went into the room because Maya broke one of the lights, so they went in, I guess, to try and, this time, I don't know, so like 5 minutes ago, they wouldn't go into the room because they didn't want to risk it, like, attacking her, but now she goes in alone to try and restrain her. It made no sense. It was dumb. It was really, really dumb. Maya then escapes. She sends a picture to Vicky showing that she's no longer there, and Sane kind of feels that Vicky has, like, messed him around here, so he just shoots Vicky for no reason, really. Vicky dies. The other female runs, and then Sane's enforcers search the entire bowling alley for Maya, and then a big massive fight breaks out, and it wasn't even like Henry managed to escape or Bonnie managed to like break free and Maya had some backup here. This was literally like, and I don't know how so many bad guys just appeared out of nowhere, because when Sane first arrives, it looks like he's maybe got about half a dozen men with him. So you've got Sane, and then it looks like maybe about 6 guys, but I swear, in this fight scene, there was like, must have been about 20 odd guys. I mean, they just like appeared like cockroaches out of nowhere. And just to see Maya like just beat up so many people, I don't care if she's got superpowers. It's just too unrealistic for me. I mean, there was like guys getting absolutely beaten up out of nowhere. And I don't know, some of the stuff just looked a bit phony, and it was pretty cool because they are in the bowling alley and Rob Zombie's playing, and I like the music, and then the lights are going on and off, and it's a really unique location, and I definitely think it's a good place for a fight scene. But I thought some of the scenes and some of the moves were a little bit cheap, and she was using like a lot of the games and like arcades and stuff like that, and there was like some toy guns and she's using them to like tie ropes and stuff and beat up people, and I thought the fight scene had potential to be great, but I think they tried to overdo it. Like, they literally had her use pretty much every every obstacles that she had, or every sort of game that was there, or every like arcade, anything that wasn't pretty much nailed down, she was using. Pool cues, plastic guns, cables, I mean, you name it, she was using it. And then after seemingly maybe killing about, I want to say maybe 10 to 15 men, it just stops. It randomly just stops because Sane has his gun pointed at Bonnie. And obviously Maya's not going to do anything that could get Bonnie killed. So she's literally just took out about probably nearly a dozen guys here, and it just stops because Sane points a gun at Bonnie. Why didn't he just do this at the beginning? You know, it made no sense to me that she's literally slaughtered more than half of his men, and then the fight just comes to an abrupt halt because he points a gun at Bonnie, and it looks like he's going to kill Bonnie. He's got Maya, Bonnie, and Henry now all at gunpoint, but he receives a phone call And he just leaves. I mean, he gets a phone call and he just leaves. Like, what the hell is this? He like, saying, and what's left of his crew, and honestly, there wasn't a lot, because Maya just, like, eliminated most of them. They just leave. And then Maya tells Bonnie to leave. She wants to get police involved, but Maya says, no, I can't do that. The police will find me, and you got to help me, Bonnie. I'll come and see you. We'll meet up again later, I promise. But don't get the cops involved. Don't get the law enforcement involved. So then Bonnie leaves, and at this point, Maya learns from Henry that Fisk is still alive, and it was obviously Fisk that made the phone call. But Henry, this time, promises to help her, whereas previously he didn't. This time he says that he will. So I don't know, we're going to see Henry getting more physical. We're going to see Henry aiding Maya going forward. Maya visits Scully, who gives her new prosthetic leg, and he put a lot of work into it, so he was happy with his designs. And then when Maya is making her way out of town, she returns home, and who is there? None other than Fisk. So Fisk, who she shot in the head, is still alive, minus one eye, and that was the end of the episode. So yeah, I mean, it was decent. It was okay. I really think the bowling alley fight scene could have been done a hell of a lot better, but it was such a unique place, in my opinion, for a fight scene, and I really did dig the lights, the special lighting, and the Rob Zombie playing in the background. I think that definitely added to the fight scene, but again, it was just like way too many people. She took out like 12 men and then just walked away as if nothing happened. I think that was a bit dumb, if you ask me, but it was probably better than episode 2. I think it was slightly better than episode 2. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. There's nothing really great. I mean, it's not a series that you're probably going to buy on DVD or rewatch multiple times, but it's a little bit of fun. It's entertaining, and I think that's the whole point of this 5-episode mini-series. So yeah, I'll give it a 6 out of 10, guys. It was an okay watch. It was decent, and yeah, hopefully the next 2 episodes can be okay as well. Probably just a little show, a little spin-off here, just until we get Daredevil return, and maybe they want to give us something exciting while we wait. So yeah, I mean, not a bad show by any means, but again, yeah, nothing great. If you want something fun to pass the time in, I would recommend it, but you're not going to be blown away. You're not going to get amazing television here, but you're going to get fun. And it's short episodes too, so, you know, the time really doesn't drag in at all. You're watching it, and then the next minute the episode's over. It flies by, so yeah, man, it's alright. I'll get a 6 out of 10. Till next time, peace.